The moment that a desire is activated within you, it is fulfilled already. I'm going through intense shifts, and it feels like there is a civil war going on in me sometimes between old and new paradigms. How best to navigate and encourage higher new. This is important to remember. For those of you feeling like there's a civil war inside, you're going back and forth. How do I maintain the new? The moment that a desire is activated within you, it is fulfilled already. The internal war between old and new occurs because we're remembering the old, because that's our regular way of being. We're always living in these old patterns. We're recycling everything all of the time. So when there's a break in that pattern, the natural compulsion to go back to what's familiar is there. But the beautiful thing is, feel that tension. That tension is showing you that you're already in the new, because there wouldn't be tension if you were just automatically going back into the old story. There wouldn't be tension if it felt normal to be in the old story. It would just be, and you'd be in the old story. You'd be in the old version of you. So the tension is showing you that you've already landed in the new reality for yourself, in your new highest version. That's what the tension is. It's just steadying the mind, steadying the outpourings of the mind, which can often be the body, right? So the body feels the internal conflict. Any sort of natural consequence or outpouring of the mind being in this very uncomfortable space, the mind fighting internally, is going to show up in our world. We get to see what powerful projectors into our reality we really are, because it'll show up. It'll show up in that conflict. So know this, know that once the desire emerges, you are already in it. A desire couldn't emerge if you didn't already have it. Let's explain this in a new way. You are not your physical self. In fact, even your body isn't your physical self. We are light. And when we view it from a higher frequency, we see this. We don't see the density. We see things are moving and shifting. Even our physical bodies just always moving, always shifting. So there's no real density. It's just our mind programming again and again the same scenarios, what we're used to, whether we love it or don't love it, whether we're enjoying it or not. We are repeating. We're pattern machines, essentially. And so as a desire comes up, you are already living in that reality. The real reality, or the reality that we're sort of starting to bring the coagulation of our consciousness into, is the reality more near imagination, more near that sort of spontaneous thought. So when fear comes up, it's in the same realm as the habitual, right? It's just, this is something I've imagined a lot, and this is something that feels new, like a new desire. Both of those are just as real. One is just as real as the other. But the mind has this program running and doesn't yet feel comfortable with this. This is really present moment awareness. Being in the desire is present moment awareness. And so it's already happened. It's already in reality. The desire is already in reality. Now, we can bring it into our continuous reality, meaning we live it in what seems to be the physical realm, by making it continuous. So it does sometimes feel like it takes discipline, right? Because we are so practiced in the old way of being. We're habituated. That's it. When you're making a shift between this imagination that's new, quote unquote new, and this imagination that's old, that you've practiced, when you are in that space, spend more time in the realm of imagination. Spend less time focusing on the physical, spend more time in the realm where you're creating, that realm of imagination, that realm where the desire is really seeded into. That's the fullness of our higher selves seeding a desire. Boom. Frequency is ready. The desire comes in. It starts to show itself in these denser dimensions. Whoa, there's a desire. It was seeded from the fullness of ourselves based on our energetic frequency at the time. based on who we are, what we're able to carry. So when a desire comes in, that's also a sign that you are matching that desire already, that your frequency already matches that desire. You already have the perfect soil for that seed. You have everything you need for that seed to sprout right now as you are, right when the desire comes in. That's the truth. It wouldn't show up if you didn't have the groundwork for it, if you didn't have the soil for it. You wouldn't see the desire yet. When your frequency already is a match to that desire showing up, that's when it shows up. So, all of this to say, it's already yours. You just get to practice having that be normal. So, spend more time in the realms where you're present, you're meditating, you are consciously choosing, you're consciously paying attention to and focusing on and dreaming of, now that I'm this, what else can I create in my life? How fun can this be? We're playing with it as if we are, because we are. It's already ours. And if it feels like a civil war, surrender. There's nothing that you need to do. Surrender. You're not going to lose it. The mind is like, oh, if I don't keep focusing on this, I'll lose it. You're not going to. You can't. It's already yours. You can go back into numbness. You can use the old tools that you have of going back into numbness. And for a while, kind of pushing that desire away, the new version of yourself that's already shown up. You can do that. You can go into your old patterns of, I don't feel worthy. I don't like myself. This is too big. You can go back into that. But the seed is still there. It's not going to go away. That's part of the way that we're created as humans. We are all of it. And once consciousness is lit, it doesn't go away. What you'll feel is more tension, right? So things will start crashing if you deny the new desire. Because you are a new person with a new template, and I say new meaning it's sort of, our templates are always emerging with new things. They're not these static diagrams. It's actually lots of movement in our template because we're light traveling through what we call time and space. So once a desire emerges, it's planted in that template, and we're actually all of it. We gather the colors, we gather all of it. So it's not really possible for us to forget a desire. We can numb out, but the new template that's already in existence once the desire comes in, that template cannot sustain the old version of you. And so things are going to start falling apart if you go into denial. Best case scenario, you go into surrender in the present moment, being with what is, knowing that if the desire is there, it's literally already yours. This is not figurative. It is already who you are. This is not just energetic. This is not just an imagination. Your template changes when your desire emerges. Your template has new colors, new lines, new form. Once a desire emerges, you are a different person. You are the person with that desire, and you get to practice living it. That's how it works.